Welcome into WCSN's coverage of ASU Softball. Alongside Joey Hardy, I'm Zach Pacleb. ASU had their first home series of the Pac-12 season against the Stanford Cardinal. Got the sweep, but it was an interesting spectacle to say the least. Joey, you were there. What happened?
Yeah, Zach, 3 wins, but in 3 very different ways. Started off Saturday night against the Cardinal in what was really a run battle and a hit battle, coming away with a win in extra innings, actually, 16-15. Gave up 8 runs to the Cardinals late in the top of the 7th, but able to fight back through 2 extra innings, actually, and come up with a big win. Going to Sunday, expecting another close one. Not at all. Quite the opposite, actually. Zach, ASU comes in, has no problem, goes in easily winning this one, 9-0 in 5 innings, winning with the mercy rule there. So going into Monday, no one really knows what to expect. Could it be competitive? It could be close. And it's actually going to be Stanford who started off really, really good. Coming up, we're up 5-0 going into the 5th inning, but that didn't stop ASU. Fought back, went up 5-2 at the end of the 5th, and fought back and actually win this one 7-5. It was actually Cheyenne Coyle with the big moment, a walk-off home run, which was able to seal the deal for the Sun Devils in the 7th inning. Here's what she had to say about her big play.
I felt like I'd been disciplined the entire game, but I was just trying to be aggressive when I saw the pitch that I wanted, and that one was a pretty elevated pitch that I knew I could drive. I was just trying to score the runner on third and maybe with the sac fly and get her home. That's the type of hitter I am.
Well, you heard the senior shortstop right there. Everybody has to be happy with the way she performed, obviously coming up in the clutch. But like you said, it was like 3 different Sun Devil squads took the field this weekend. What's really the big picture takeaway from this weekend?
Well, Zach, big picture takeaways is this team can play from behind and they can make big plays in big moments. In the 7th inning, they got on Saturday, that is, they got 2 runs to tie that game up and then fought back with resilience through 2 extra innings in order to win that game 16-15. And then we jump to Monday, down 5-0. A lot of teams would consider themselves out of the game. In the press box, in the 7th inning, down 5-2, a lot of people started writing the loss article, but look up, and just like that, they win 7-5. But it's those big moments that, some of these players make. In the 6th inning, Elizabeth Caparucio actually, kind of saved the game. She saved a 3-run shot, making a huge athletic move, a jump at the wall, saving that, which would have made it very difficult for the Sun Devils to come up. And then obviously Cheyenne Coyle's big home run. But it's the big home runs, the fighting back. It's that one pitch at a time mentality that Coach Nicholson really preaches. And he's, happy with how the Sun Devils played. Here's what he had to say following the series.
Once we got down, we really kind of locked in and actually had better at bats. So that's great to see, and we just kept competing until the last pitch. And hey, we've been preaching that, our players buy into it, and that's the way we're going to go about our business.
Well, you heard Coach Nicholson right there, really pleased with the way his team fought back from behind, but a kind of a trend that we saw that is something to worry about possibly for the Sun Devils. Their pitching was inconsistent over the weekend. Dallas Escobedo and Mackenzie Popescu have been lights out previously, but not the case this week. When 15 runs come across the board, something had to go wrong. But again, our busy man Joey Hardy caught up with the All-American Escobedo, and so here's what she had to say.
Coach talks a lot about giving up or still fighting the fight, so I just said whatever and kind of got into a zone and just tried to throw hard and hit my corners and be able to just really focus in, and they came out pretty good. So.
And Zach, you heard it right there. Escobedo, she started struggling out of the gate, but that wasn't going to be the story of the game. She would fight back. She would start throwing those really good pitches, start throwing her strikeouts. On Monday, she got her first strikeout in the 5th inning, and it was all uphill from there, leading into the win. But, I don't think there's too much to be worried about, even with all those walks that she threw, even with all those runs she gave up. She is still first in the strikeout category in the Pac-12, tied for 2nd overall in the NCAA, and she still has a top 10 ERA of all Pac-12 pitchers. So I don't think there's too much to be worried about. I think she'll definitely come back, get right back on track for the rest of the season.
We'll see if Escobedo and gang can stay on track as they host Arizona, their rival, the Territorial Cup this weekend at Farrington Stadium. You can catch the preview of that series on Cronkite Sports Live at 2:30 on Friday, but that does it here for WCSN's coverage of ASU Softball. For Joey Hardy, I'm Zach Pacleb.